For decades, she was simply Bossier Doe, a young woman found murdered and discarded in the Louisiana woods. No one knew her name, her story, or where she came from. Her face was reconstructed, her case reopened time and time again, but the answer never came. 44 years later, DNA technology would finally uncover her identity. Carol Ann Cole, a teenager from Michigan who vanished in 1980. But the mystery didn't end there. Her death remains unsolved, her killer still hidden in the shadows. This is the haunting story of Carol Cole, the girl who disappeared, the Jane Doe who refused to be forgotten, and the decades-long search to bring her home. On a cold January day in 1981, two loggers working near Benton, Louisiana, noticed something strange at the edge of a wooded area. What they found would haunt them for the rest of their lives. Lying face down among the leaves was the body of a young woman. She had been stabbed repeatedly and left to decompose in the elements. Her clothing was torn, her life violently taken. The coroner estimated her age at between 15 and 20. She had long brown hair and a thin frame. There were no personal items, no wallet, no jewelry, and no clues that could reveal who she was. Police canvassed the area, interviewed locals, and circulated sketches across multiple states. But no one came forward. They buried her in a nearby cemetery under a simple stone that read, "Unknown female, found January 28, 1981. She became known to investigators as Bossier Doe. As the years passed, detectives refused to let her memory fade. They exhumed her body twice for further analysis. They commissioned forensic artists to recreate her face, hoping someone might recognize her. But no leads ever stuck. What made the case especially frustrating was that no one in Louisiana reported a missing person matching her description. She seemed to have appeared out of nowhere, then vanished into silence. In the late 1990s, DNA testing was still in its infancy. The small, degraded samples collected from her remains offered little hope. The case went cold again, filed away as one more Jane Doe lost to time. Then, nearly 40 years later, science and a mother's love would bring her name back. Carol Ann Cole was just 17 years old when she vanished in 1980. Born in Michigan, she grew up with her younger sister, Linda Kathy Williams. Carol was kind-hearted but restless, a teenager trying to find her place in the world. After their parents divorced, Carol moved between relatives and youth homes. Eventually, she was sent to a girls' home in San Antonio, Texas. She stayed in touch with her family for a while, sending letters and calling when she could. Her last contact came in December 1980, when she told a friend she was planning to visit a woman named Sister Ina, believed to be connected to a religious group. After that, she disappeared completely. For years, her sister Kathy searched. She contacted police departments, filed missing persons reports, and scoured the internet as technology evolved. Every lead ended the same way, nowhere. Kathy held on to hope, even when decades passed with no word. She always believed Carol's story wasn't over. In 2015, advancements in forensic genealogy gave cold case investigators a powerful new tool. Louisiana officials exhumed Bossier Doe's remains once again and extracted a clean DNA sample. Meanwhile, Carol's family in Michigan, still searching for answers, uploaded their DNA to public ancestry databases in hopes of finding any trace of her. In early 2015, a match was made. The DNA of the long unidentified Bossier Doe matched that of Carol's relatives. After 34 years of silence, Bossier Doe finally had a name: Carol Ann Cole. Her family's heartbreak turned to bittersweet relief. They finally knew what had happened. But the hardest question still lingered: who killed her? Carol's last known location was in Texas. Her body was found more than 300 miles away, across state lines, in Louisiana. How she got there, and who brought her, remains a mystery. Investigators discovered that Carol had been staying at a youth facility in San Antonio, but she disappeared without warning sometime around late 1980. Some reports suggest she may have left with a friend or met someone who offered her a ride. There were rumors that she might have been picked up by a traveling preacher or a member of a religious commune. Others speculated she was trying to return home to Michigan and accepted help from the wrong person. Whoever she trusted that night betrayed her in the most brutal way possible. Evidence suggests Carol was killed soon after she disappeared. The multiple stab wounds indicated rage, a personal, violent act. There were no signs of robbery. This wasn't a random attack, it felt targeted. Some detectives believe she may have known her killer. Others think she was the victim of an opportunistic predator traveling the interstate corridor, a hunting ground for drifters and truckers in the 1980s. Despite renewed attention after her identification, the killer has never been caught. No viable suspects have been publicly named. The case remains open, with detectives still pursuing DNA from evidence collected at the scene. The truth is out there, but it's buried beneath 4 decades of silence. Carol's case became one of the earliest examples of how forensic genealogy can give a voice to the voiceless. Her sister Kathy, who never gave up, became a symbol of hope for families still searching for their missing loved ones. At least she's not lost anymore. A new headstone was placed in Benton, Louisiana, engraved with her real name. Carol Ann Cole, finally home. Her killer remains out there, somewhere in history's shadows. But thanks to DNA, digital genealogy, and the people who refuse to forget, Carol's case continues to move forward.